that for a second. So my perception of it, right, taking what I saw earlier today, that it was AI, the third level, right, where you're looking for a ticket, right, it will do it faster,
Yep.
right? Because instead of us going on every website to look for something, right, AI will say, this is what you want, let me give you all the options. That's what this is, right? But here's the problem, right? You're going to be looking faster at what everybody else is looking for at the same time, right? So you might get slightly better deal, but not the ultimate deal. And this is where the human part, the relationship comes in. This is what you guys are all doing here, right? So I'll give you the background. 2 years ago, the hottest concert tour in the world was Taylor Swift. If AI was doing what this was going to be doing, we could have said, yes, you can pay $2,500, you can pay $2,400, you can pay $2,200 for a $200 ticket because it was going for 10 times the face value. So AI could have said, hey, the best place that you might get it for 9 times, not 10, might be in Indiana, might be in Chicago, might be in Boston, in some cases, overseas, where people were going to Europe, they were going to Brazil, because by the time you paid for your trip, and your ticket was the same as going to here in LA, right? So 2 people, $5,000, you could have gone to Mexico City, you could have gone to Rio, you could have gone anywhere in the world for the same price. AI could have done that for you. But what AI couldn't do is get you 2 tickets here at SoFi Stadium, 5 sold out nights for $200. AI couldn't do that. I could do that. And this is where the human part comes, right? There are things that humans can do based on relationships. AI can't do that, right? You can be better at AI if you have the base. AI won't make you better if you don't have the base. Case in point, 5 sold out shows. I had 60 tickets in my possession to the last show.
Should have called you 2 years ago.
Online price on StubHub, $120,000 value. What did I pay for it? $12,000. 10 times, remember?
Wow.
And I had a Rolodex of all my friends that had girls 10 to 15 years old. And I would say, hey Tom, how would you like to take your 2 daughters and your wife to this concert?
Wow.
The first thing would be, are you crazy? Let's go $10,000. I goes, you're not going to insult me one iota. I want you to go online right now and look at section 205, row B. What is it? 10,000. I'm going to email you right now my receipt. It'll say $1,000. If you say no, don't call me tomorrow, because there's 50 more people behind you in line. You're the first guy I'm calling. And I went down the line. I saved every one of my friends about $9,000 to $10,000 per 4 tickets. I could have made $100,000. But this is where, again, I don't need to profit from my friends, because I do a lot of charity work, and I tell them the only way you can be my network is if we together make a difference in the community, right? The sharing and all that. You don't share, you don't give back, you can spend $10,000. Because you're right, you earned it, and you should spend it the way you want to spend it. But I'm showing you a better way to do it. When you give back to the community, you're going to have access to guys like me and my network that will get you to any concert anywhere in the world. Okay? Case in point. Dodgers go play the Cubs in Chicago about a month ago. One of my friends' sister lives in Chicago. She shows me her ticket. I'm going to go with my boyfriend. And I'm like, this is really nice. Let me show you where my tickets are in this section. The friends and family of the players. You're up here somewhere. They're great tickets. These are right on the field. These will cost you $0. This will cost you $100 each. And with these tickets, right, you get to go to batting practice before the game. You actually get to be on the field and maybe say hello to a few players. With your seats, you'll never even be able to, with binoculars, see players. Okay? What do you think the experience was? This cost you $0. This cost you a couple of $100. You're right here basically in field level, this close to all the players. It was the best game she's ever been to in her life,
Wow.
right? And how much money did I charge her, right? And I said, and by the way, when you see Dave Roberts, the manager of the Dodgers, please let him know the wing says hi. And she goes, why? He goes, just do that. Because I'm a friend of Dave Roberts. Because I do charity work with them. And sure enough, she goes, Dave, Wayne says hi. He goes, oh my God, I love Wayne. And she goes, oh my God, right? He responded. I goes, I gave you a line. Don't just say you're a big fan. Everybody's a big fan. That's why you're in the stadium, right? So I gave her that. And I said, and I'm really bummed they didn't tell me that Justin Turner now plays for the Cubs, who used to play for the Dodgers. I've done a gazillion events with Justin Turner. You could have gone to JT and said, hey, my buddy Wayne says hi. Because how many fish taco guys look like I do? Right?
One.
So this is what today is, right? And I can tell you about the journey. I mean, I grew up in Brazil. I'm a Chinese immigrant, right? I shouldn't be doing what I do. But I always say, hey, we can't do this. I don't know the meaning of, because they always said Asian kids can't do this. Well, I grew up in Brazil. I don't know that I'm not Asian. I'm Brazilian. I still have my green card from Brazil in 1975, right? So I'm a Brazilian citizen, so I don't understand you Chinese can't do that. Because I look at them and go, well, that's the Chinese guy. I'm Brazilian. So I've broken all the molds. I've done all the things that everybody said you can't do, right? And I don't understand the word no. I just going to do is, okay, no to you, but I don't understand that, so I'm going to figure out how to do it. And if I can make the people around me better, we can have more fun, I'm going to get called time and time again to be a part of it, right? So when 38 years ago, the action sports industry had zero budget for hospitality, that means when we do a concert, when we have a surf contest, a snowboard contest, a ski contest, anything, we have prize money, we have judges money, we have t-shirt money, and we have zero for food. So I came in and goes, I don't understand that, why don't you? And he goes, because we never thought of it. And they said, by the way, we don't have it. I'm like, how about we trade? And they said, what do you mean? I goes, last time I checked, you make t-shirts, you make shorts, you make shoes. I'll take that instead, and I'll give you food. And then I thought I was crazy. I haven't bought a t-shirt, shorts, shoes in 37 years. The car you see me driving out there, I traded with Toyota, right? So there's nothing I haven't been able to get my hands on, right? Because I'm like, hey, if you got a service, I got a product, why don't we barter, right? That's been around for a million years. And guess what? We don't pay any taxes on it, right? Because it's all trade. So I created the space that didn't exist in this, but hospitality has been around the industry forever. You go to a football game, there's tailgates. You go to a basketball game, there's hospitality. But in minor sports, zero, right? So just because there's zero doesn't mean we can't do it. You just got to get creative. So I took the no, created a space. Today, I cater the U.S. Open to surfing. I cater the summer and winter X Games. I do tours. I've done concerts with Green Day. You name it, I've done it, right? Next weekend, I'll be doing Cali Vibe. I'm one of the 2 caterers backstage with all the bands. And not only am I catering, the 3 headlining bands, Sublime, Dirty Heads, and Slightly Stupid, they're my friends.
Wow.
Because I was doing stuff with them before they were on the big stage. They were touring with little small venues, right? Now that they're touring gigantic stadiums, I did the same thing with these guys, right? Because I took the chance that there was no budget. And they're like, what are you going to do? I said, I don't know, maybe you can play in my restaurant for the next gig. I'm like, okay. And all of a sudden, they're playing in front of 50,000 people, right? So you have to take a chance. Did all the bands end up in the stadiums? No. A lot of them, that was the highlight of their career. Most of the kids that are surfers, that was the highlight of their career. But on this side, I got all the world champions. On Monday, there'll be a movie screening with John Flores, a 3-time world champion. Next Friday, I'll be doing a open house with him, right? These are the moments that when my friends say, can I go get a picture with John? John goes, absolutely. Let me call his marketing manager. Make sure, hey, when Brian and my guys show up, they'll make him stand in a line with the other 100 people. Cut them to the front of the line so you get their pictures, right? So this is what we can do today, because I don't know about you guys. Have we all been somewhere where to buy that one item, there'll be 100 people in line for their iPhone or their nightclub and all that? I'd rather be the guy that knows the manager, goes, hey, can I just show up when the door opens and not wait 3 days in line, right? So my world is full of people. AI will make it better. Because now that I know what I want, I can just go, hey, who do we have in the network that does football? Who do we have in the network that does basketball, right? And that's who we talk to, right? AI will help us find it, whatever it is that we're looking for. But if you know the person that AI is using, right, then you can just go to that person. And the only way you can call that person is if you have something of equal value that they would like, right? That's the barter. Because you can't trade nothing for something, right? It's got to be something for something, right? It's a win-win, right? So everybody goes, win. Well, you know that guy, I'm like, yes. Why am I going to call him for you, right? What are you going to give him, right? And I don't know about you guys. Anybody here play golf? Okay, here's your golfers, right? Here's the funny story. If you belong to a country club, there's a little bit of shenanigans going on if you want to prefer tee time.